Friends and family of Alan Yekikian and Sose Thomassian gathered today in Lovers Park to plant trees in their memory. The newlyweds had repatriated to Armenia earlier this year. They were killed in a horrific car accident on their way to Tbilisi on May 10.
Sose and Alan, their roots and their foundation came from their families in America, in California. That's where their identity came from. That's where their strong roots came from. And they grew, and then they grew together, and they set down those roots here in Armenia. And they were to be here, to grow here, and to live here. The symbolism is incredible, sitting in Lovers Park, not just because it's called Lovers Park and they're a pair of lovers, but because it's such a serene and beautiful and lively place. You know, there's birds chirping, there's grass growing, trees, flowers blossoming. It's a beautiful place. And as these trees grow together, as they grow and provide shade for this bench right here in front of this beautiful waterfall, it will be a spot that young and old, kids, elderly can come and enjoy.
The U.S. ambassador to Armenia, John Heffern, and his wife Libby came to pay their respects and support a foundation set up to honor the couple's legacy.
In their time here, short as it was, tragic as this is, they had a huge impact here. And the foundation that the family has set up will carry on the work that they were trying to do. They are just what Armenia needs, people like that, young and dedicated and energetic. So that's why it was such a sad thing, and I wanted to just pay, Libby and I, my wife Libby and I, wanted to pay our respects in a small way, represent the U.S. Embassy, the U.S. government here to pay our respects for today's event. But this foundation is a great thing. The family's doing everything right to make sure that their work lives on.
American University of Armenia President Bruce Bogosian says that although Alan served as communications director for a very short time, he left a great impact. He says Sose was an active member of the AUA community.
He was also a pleasure to work with, just a wonderful colleague, a wonderful person in the workplace, and very knowledgeable about his work, and also very helpful to all of his colleagues. Sose helped in our environmental center. She was also involved in our Eastern Armenian education classes. She was a student in those classes. Both of them were just beloved by our community in a very short time.
The trees that were chosen to be planted in memory of Alan and Sose are cedar trees. They are not indigenous to Armenia, yet they sprout hardy roots and they continue to grow for generations. As Sose's brother Vache said, they will continue to grow, provide shade and comfort to everybody who passes in this park. More than 20 members of the AYF also participated in the tree planting. They recently arrived to run summer day camps for local children through the Youth Corps, which Alan and Sose were actively engaged in. This year's director says the couple's involvement with the organization was deep, passionate, and transformative. She says Sose worked to revamp the mandate and mission of Youth Corps to ensure that it was more substantive and productive.
In 2007, actually, I participated in Youth Corps with Sose Thomassian, and back then the program was a rebuilding effort in Artsakh. So basically what we did was rebuild the backyard of the youth center in Stepanakert, which was very fun, and we had a great summer, but we weren't really productive. And most of us didn't even think about the importance of the program. We were just there having a good time, but Sose really had the foresight to imagine something bigger and better for AOIF Youth Corps. So when we got back in 2007, she sat down, she made a plan, she wrote a resolution, she brought it to our AOIF convention, and it was that year, that summer, that we revamped the program.
This year, about 1,000 local children will have the opportunity to participate in Youth Corps camps in Gyumri, Askeran, and Brosyan.
Sose and Alan, when they wrote the skeleton to transform this program, The goal was to have day camps in villages outside of Yerevan, and to have a better understanding of what our brothers and sisters in Armenia, how they live, and how their lives basically go throughout the year. And what we wanted to do is come to these day camps and spend time with them. A lot of the kids don't have anything to do over summer, so we wanted to spend time with them, teach them some English, teach them a little bit of where we're from, a little bit of us, a little health classes too, and things like that they don't usually get. And it's with their foresight. That's why Youth Corps will always be forever connected to Sose and Alan, because of the work that they put into it.
Nora and Ceyhan grew up with Sose and recalls that when the young couple told her they were moving to Armenia, she really wasn't surprised. She says it seemed so natural because everything they did for Armenia. Nora says they were connected and engaged with the homeland in a way that very few people are.
I've known Sose for a very long time. We grew up in the same AYF chapter, and I was there when this new program, Youth Corps program, was kind of starting up, and Sose was at the helm of everything. She knew what was going on with everything. She talked to everyone, and she made sure things got done. She was instrumental in changing everything and making it the very strong program that it is today. And she would not settle for anything less than perfect. She knew that this was going to be our print, our mark in Armenia, and she knew that it was going to represent AYF, and she would not settle. Alan and Sose, they put in all their time for this. Yeah.
Alan and Sose's friends and families promised to continue to empower Armenia and the diaspora through the Legacy Foundation. They say their work has just begun.
The main focal points of the foundation are going to be education, they're going to be volunteerism in the homeland, supporting repatriation, supporting development, democratic development in the country as best as we can, in the same spirit that they would have, with the same level of passion and excellence that they would have.
Maria Titizian, Daron Titizian, Seta Krikorian, CivilNet.